So after a long international break, La Liga returned and we saw goals from all over Spain, none more so than with Hansi Flick's Barcelona side. And to discuss that performance, which saw them win now 5 in a row to kick off the season, we have a very special guest, David Villa, a proponent of tiki-taka. But as quite a clever YouTube commentator said, it's not tiki-taka, it's flicky-flacka.
Just give me the beat, I just wanna move my feet now. Yeah.
Just give me the beat, that's all I need. Just move your feet and let it breathe. Cause all you see is all you need. Don't be cheap, don't do it for free. Turn up the heat like an oven, baby, give me that love. It make me wanna lose control. Cause when the beat start pumping and the party get jumping, everybody get on the floor. See, if you lose your mind and you lose your cool, then you know that you're doing it right. And if you ain't in the mood, I tell you what to do. Got something that you just might like. Just give me the beat.
Just give me the beat, I just wanna move my feet now. Yeah.
Just give me the beat.
Just give me the beat, I just wanna move my feet now. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to La Liga Talks. We wanted to kick off the show today with a theme being Barcelona with a very special guest, Mr. David Villa. An absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast. It's really nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your playing days at Barcelona? Of course, we've seen Hansi Flick's side go 5 games unbeaten to start the season. Quite an incredible journey so far. Could you tell me a little bit about your playing days and if you see any similarities between both sides?
For me, it was an amazing experience to play in Barcelona 3 years. You know, it was a successful years because we won a lot of titles there, and I'm very happy. I'm very proud to have this opportunity in my career. The similarities, I don't know. You know, it's difficult to say something when you are not inside. I am enjoying a lot the good performance of Barcelona in this beginning of the season, but I am not sure it has some similarities. I hope Barcelona continue in the same way. I hope Barcelona continue playing in the way that they are playing in La Liga and continue winning games and hope they're doing well during the year.
Absolutely. Now, we've seen some young stars in this team already, right? The likes of Kubasi, Casado, and of course, one of the huge stars of La Liga right now, Lamine Yamal. Now, within your career, your brilliant career, and of course at Barcelona too, you saw some amazing young players, including the likes of Mr. Messi, who was rising up. Who's really starring for you at the moment in this Barcelona team? Who could be really important?
I think it's incredible the things that we are seeing in the moment, because these kind of players, Kubasi, Casado, obviously Lamine Yamal, are very young players. You know, it's you didn't expect with this age playing with Barcelona in the level that they are playing. You know, but it's the reality. They are good. They are different players in the field, and for the moment, in my opinion, is obviously we can talk about Messi because Messi is going away individual. You know, but Lamine Yamal is the player that he is doing very well in Barcelona, and he will continue doing well. So I will choose Lamine Yamal, but many players are playing well because for winning games in La Liga, you need all the players.
Absolutely. Okay, and we know it's very, very early days, right, to be talking about the La Liga title just 5 games in. But how much potential do you see for this Barcelona side to go and win that title this season?
Oh, they show every game that the potential that they have for winning La Liga is there, because they are winning games against difficult rivals, you know, like Valencia, yesterday Girona. You know, it's not easy to win five games in a row in La Liga, even if you are Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Atletico Madrid.
Absolutely.
And they show to everyone that they are ready to win La Liga. But, you know, it's the beginning, and La Liga is so long, and we will see. But I bet that Barcelona can win La Liga, of course.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to go back to the guys in the studio now. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on with us, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Just
Thank
give
you.
me the beat.
So Luke, you were sitting down with a a Spanish footballing legend. What was it like speaking with David Villa?
Yeah, amazing. What a nice guy. You can tell there from the interview. Really calm, really relaxed, just like his play style in football, really. A ruthless interviewer, a ruthless finisher. But yes, another brilliant performance by Barcelona, right?
Yeah, it was incredible. I was covering that game, and honestly, we all thought it was going to be a lot closer, right? We went with 2-2, I think, in the prediction. But Lamine, he was incredible once again, which we will get to him later on. He had another incredible performance. Dani Olmo, which unfortunately he's just got injured for 5 to 6 weeks, so we'll be missing him. But yeah, Barcelona are flying. Like, what else can we really say about them?
Yeah, a major blow after almost scored 3 goals in his first 3 games. So that's going to be interesting to see how Hansi Flick deals with that, because as we've mentioned in previous episodes, the midfield is working very well. So if Olmo drops out, what will he do to adjust it? I assume Fermin Lopez will have something to say about that. But again, just Barca are flying, and you know, Girona beat them twice last season, so this was kind of revenge for Barca, and they did it in style. Lamine, as you say, it's getting a bit ridiculous how good he is, and Rafinha as well is performing so well. So yeah, Flick is doing the business so far this season.
It's become something of a trademark finish for him, hasn't it? That second goal, particularly from Yamal on his left, just curling it straight in.
Yeah.
He does it. He seems to be doing it every week.
Yeah, he was just alive. He was alive from the set piece. We've seen a good few goals in La Liga this season where balls have been coming to the edge of the box and people have been able to finish them, but it was such a clinical finish, like very composed, and he's been shining so far this season with assists, but now adding 2 goals to that. He scored the most goals and assists in the season so far, so he's flying.
He is.
Yeah, I was just going to say, people have been kind of saying he needs to start scoring more goals. I mean, a 17-year-old doesn't need to start doing anything really. But yeah, I mean, 3 goals, 4 assists in 5 games. Incredible.
On top of the game, right? On top of his game. And I was writing that game in a report and just couldn't keep up with it. The 2 goals that he struck so quickly, one after another. I was trying to write and catch up with it. He's really quite something, isn't he?
Crazy good.
And the longer this continues, the more we'll be speaking about Barca and their potential for this title, right? We heard David Villa. We've heard Hansi Flick play that down quite rightly, but it's becoming increasingly hard to ignore, right? With the way they're playing.
Well, when did they last win their first 5 games? It must be...
It's the Messi era.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, the Messi era. The amount of goals they're scoring as well, that's what's really noticeable, right? The amount of different players getting on the score sheet, but of course, the amount of goals they're scoring.
Yeah.
And one guy I wanted to speak out particularly was that Pedri goal. That reverse pass from Casado.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
a beautiful ball. Split the defence open completely. And then Pedri just had the composure to take it around the keeper and slot it home with his left foot. I think Hansi Flick loves Pedri.
Yeah, it seems so.
Yeah, and he's looking after him really well as well. He took him off straight after the goal, which any manager may have left him on, you know. So I think he's looking after him, and Casado as well. It's been incredible. Bernal just got injured, so La Masia keeps really producing those talents. And we'll see Frenkie when he comes back too.
Yeah.
So
loads of options.
So much
Loads
to
of
look forward
options.
to.
Yeah. So another weekend, another big win for Barcelona.
So next up, we are over to the Metropolitano for a big game this weekend between Atleti and Valencia. Carla was there in person.
Obviously.
Tell us a bit about the game. I know your favourite player got on the score sheet.
Yeah, so we have to apologise to Gallagher. We have not talked about him enough, even when he signed. Gallagher scored his first goal. But not only that, he had a really, really good game. He played 90 minutes. He is that midfielder Simeone has been looking for. So I think he's fitting into the team perfectly. He's really adapted. We also saw Julian's first goal, what did you guys make of it?
Yeah. It was a fairly easy finish at the end, but of course we've been waiting for him to get off the mark, right? One of those star summer signings, and I think we're going to see plenty more.
I think it'll take a lot of pressure off him, even though it wasn't the most beautiful goal. We did see him in an international break score a really, really incredible goal with Argentina. But I think it'll take the pressure off him, and he'll start getting minutes now with the Champions League, La Liga games. So it's really good that he got off the mark.
I think it's important what you mentioned there about Gallagher. Let's have some friends back in the UK have asked, how do you think he'll get on in La Liga? What do you think about him as a player? And what you said, really, he's a Simeone midfielder, isn't he? He looked, to me, that sort of style.
And something I found really funny is, we were talking about Llorente and how good he is physically. Gallagher was so much better than Llorente. Llorente was exhausted yesterday, and I was thinking, Gallagher just come back from play. Well, he didn't really play with England, but he came back from international break, and it was 90th minute, and he was still running about, and he didn't even look tired.
And even adjusting to the Spanish heat, it's not easy for an English player. You don't see too many English players even playing in Spain. So yeah, Gallagher is, as you say, the type of workhorse midfielder that Simeone needs. and it's great to see. You know, he came to Atleti after a bit of a messy situation with Chelsea, but now he's loved by the fans. Like, it seemed like last night.
They were singing to him.
Yeah.
That does not happen. Like, there's
Yeah.
no players get sung to.
What was the
2-3
chant?
games.
What was the chant?
I know. I know that. Maybe we can find a clip or something. But yeah, I was wearing my Gallagher shirt, so I think I'll have to
insert
keep
the
wearing
photo.
that. I'll have to keep wearing that one every game now.
Perfect. So we've been discussing, haven't we? It's almost, I know they play slightly different positions, but in the capital now we have Atleti and Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, 2 English players.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting, right?
It's great.
It is.
And they're about to face off in 2 weeks' time. If Bellingham can recover from his injury fast enough, he should face off against his international teammate Gallagher in the Metropolitano for the Madrid derby. So, yeah, the English boys are doing well in La Liga at the moment.
Yeah,
has to
and
be
Luke
said.
and Ollie will be at the game, so stay tuned for their La Liga derbies
Yeah.
vlog, which will be out, and it will be incredible.
Yeah, we're so excited for that one.
Absolutely. Well, tell the viewers something about it then.
Well, last week, we mentioned in the podcast last week that we'd be heading up to Gijón for the Asturias derby. And we made a little vlog / documentary, so we'll leave a link in the description. Make sure you check it out.
Welcome to La Liga Derbies with Luke and Ollie. Throughout the season, we'll be visiting some of the fiercest, most emotional and exciting clashes that La Liga has to offer. Hearts on sleeves, pure, unadulterated passion.
And you've got an all-access pass. Our cameras will allow you to meet some of the most important people in the football world. From interviewing game-winning captains pitchside to feeling football passion within cities across Spain. This is your chance to experience football like never before. And the best part? We're going to be set 5 challenges per episode that we must complete in order to have the ultimate Derby Day experience. It's not going to be easy.
This is La Liga, these are Derby days, and we're starting in the pearl of northern Spain, Asturias. This is one of the very best derbies you will see in Europe. Real Sporting de Gijón versus Real Oviedo.
This is El Derby Asturiano.
So
It was really fun filming.
incredible
wasn't it?
fun to film, and what passionate supporters there are up in the north of Spain, right?
Yeah, one of the best derbies in Spain to kick off our series. And then, yeah, next game will be the Madrid derby. So, yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's kind of something different that we've been working on. So, yeah, check it out and make sure you leave comments and let us know what you think.
So, speaking of the north of Spain, Real Madrid just went to San Sebastián, visited Real Sociedad, got the win. Ancelotti made a lot of changes in that midfield. Rodrigo went to the bench, something that we could have been expecting, could not have been expecting. What did you guys make of it?
Well, 2 penalties was what won it for Real Madrid. Again, not playing at their highest level yet this season. Real Sociedad actually caused them a lot of problems, especially in the first half. Then there was a third crossbar hit just as the second half started. So on another day, this could have been a really difficult outing for Real Madrid, but maybe luck was on their side a bit. And then with the penalties, it was Vinicius and Mbappe again sharing the penalties. This is like very interesting.
Sharing celebrations as well.
Yes.
We saw Vinicius do the Mbappe celebration up in San Sebastián.
Yeah, I don't really know what the story is there, because I don't understand why someone wouldn't just take both penalties, but they need to share the goals. They both want to.
They're best of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
seems that way.
But I think that's good. It's good in the team when you're trying to give a goal to the other forward, get the confidence up, because we know Mbappe had a slower start to the season than we might have thought. So it's good to see these moments in that strike force.
I suppose this is like, because everyone's talking about how they're going to deal with the superstars, it's probably like a conscious decision from both of them to try and like show the fans that, look, we're in it together, like we're a team, which to be honest is the best thing going forward for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting,
Yeah.
because both having been such protagonists for their respective clubs the season before, for them to join together and try and work out this kind of sharing of
It's going to
special
be a
moments.
juggling act from Ancelotti, isn't it?
Yeah.
We saw, like you said, the rotation there. With no surprise with Champions League coming up, right? There's going to be a lot of stress on this squad. So
Difficult one as well. Brahim Diaz picked up an injury and he's been so good coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So again, Real Madrid struggling a little bit with injuries early on this season. And yeah, I think that Brahim Diaz injury might go a bit under the radar, because he's been great this season coming off the bench.
Yeah, a surprising one was Modric starting as well after coming back from playing 2 games with Croatia. I mean, we've talked about this before. He's playing so much with the international team. Should he call it quits there? But I mean, he was good as well. It's always
always good,
difficult.
isn't he?
Yeah, but it's
Superb.
always difficult to come into the team when he's always been a starter for Real Madrid, and then maybe not so much now. But obviously, he's always great. So
Well, we haven't seen the free-flowing football that I'm sure we will see eventually this season. But 3 points on the board away at La Real. It's a
Can't
great.
knock that.
It's a great
And
result. for
you
Real
wait till
Madrid.
Bellingham's back.
Yeah. Once Bellingham comes back, it might change the dynamic a bit. He's confident of that anyway.
So one team we have to mention is Villarreal, a surprise top 4 entrant so far this season. They've got a bit of a nous for some late drama as well, haven't they, guys? Tell me a bit about this performance, but also over the season. They've been a surprise package, right?
yeah, they have. I mean, also a surprise player. Ayoce Perez just signed over the summer transfer window. He scored 2 of their late goals, but they've actually scored 3 late goals. 100th minute against Celta, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Against Sevilla, 95th minute, Ayoce. And this last match day, Ayoce Perez got another
Drama.
94th minute goal against Mallorca to take the 3 points. So they're up there. Who knows? They're playing against Barcelona actually next game, so it's going to be a really, really good one to keep an eye on.
Do you see them staying up there?
I think Marcelino, he's in his 2nd season after his return to Villarreal, and he seems to be getting them playing a nice style of football, but mentality-wise, to score late goals is always a good sign of a team, and a team that will play till the last whistle. So yeah, Marcelino's been doing very well with this side, and I must say that bit of business in the summer to sign Ayoce Perez, a
4
proven
million
goal
euros
scorer.
only. 4 million.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's time for Next Gen segment. But before we dive into that, we want to bring you some exclusive content with Lamine Yamal, which you guys actually got involved in with the hashtag #AskLamineYamal when he was awarded Under 23 Player of the Month. So here it is, guys.
¿Qué posición te gustaría jugar si no fuese premio?
Media punta,
¿Y por qué?
porque me siento más libre ahí.
¿Qué consejo le daría a los jóvenes que están empezando?
Nada, que tengan personalidad, que lo intenten, que llegará seguro si trabajan duro y que lo intenten sobre todo.
¿Cuál es tu estilo de música favorito?
Reggaetón.
¿Y una canción favorita?
Ahora mismo estoy escuchando mucho la de También de My Towers.
But we don't want to make this the Lamine Yamal show. We've spoken enough about him. So we're going to go in another direction and pick another player for the spotlight of this week. An ex-Barca player actually, which was Abde. He had a really good game. I don't know if you guys saw it. He scored 1 goal and he actually kind of, we could say set up. He took the shot that then led to Victor Roque's goal.
Assist to an assist.
Yeah, something like that. And he's been really good. He's been really impressive since the start of the season. What do you guys make of him?
Yeah, I think he's had a good start to the season, even in the game against Real Madrid. Even though they lost 2-0, Eze was probably Real Betis' best player. And yeah, he's linking up very well on that left side with Vitor Roque now. I mean, that could be a really good partnership, 2 young players linking up well for Betis. I'm pretty sure Pellegrini will be happy with how that's going so far this season.
Absolutely, the engineer is at work, isn't he? And we saw Vitor Roque get his goal as well. And an interesting quote we saw from him, he said he's happier than he has been in a long time. Obviously, he had a struggle, didn't he, his last spell at Barcelona. But it's nice to see him back and in the goals as well.
And good that him and Eze are linking up, because Eze is a player that we've known he's got so much potential, but it's good that he's now getting the spotlight more put on him with maybe Ayoce Perez leaving.
Yeah, exactly. Ayoce left, so it kind of opened up that wing for him. We saw him have a really, really good qualification for the Conference League game where he scored 2 goals and he got an assist as well. So I think Pellegrini is really starting to kind of trust him. And I mean, he's only 22 years old, so he's only just starting his career really. I think he's a player to watch, guys.
So everyone, I know you've been on the edge of your seats waiting for the weekly quiz.
I have.
So we'll see how you get on this
more
week.
nervous.
Luke, you need to step it up now. But I'm afraid Carla's going to know these answers. So let's see how you get on this week.
I can pretend to not know that.
So I suppose we touched on Marcelino in today's episode. The first question is based on him. He's doing so well at Villarreal right now. A manager who's managed for many clubs in La Liga. The question I have is, fingers on buzzers, Which La Liga team did Marcelino manage before his return to Villarreal?
I don't have to pretend to not know it. I don't think I do.
Well, he's managed so many different clubs across the league. But
I'm going to take a guess. Araña. Was it Valencia?
it wasn't Valencia.
Ooh.
So there was one club between Valencia and Villarreal that Marcelino managed.
Okay, better go. Osasuna.
No, he's never managed at Osasuna. A
Okay,
hint.
I'm.
No, actually, go for it.
Athletic Club?
Athletic Club.
Well played.
So yeah, he's managed like Sevilla, Villarreal, Valencia, Athletic Club, Sporting Gijón.
Been around, hasn't he?
He's been around. So 1 point to Carla.
No surprise
Next
there.
question is based on that man, Jesus Navas at Sevilla. The question is, how many La Liga games has Jesus Navas played? And whoever gets closest will get the point. So I'm going to get you both to write it down.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
okay, so closest to the number gets it. Luke, what did you say?
I went for 450.
450. Carla?
I went 563.
Okay, it's actually pretty close. I'm going to have to do some mental maths here. The answer is 505. So that means Luke was 55 off and Carla was 58 off.
I'm so close.
So by 3, Luke gets the point.
Default
which means
point
it's
again.
1-all.
My
How
first
crazy
answer.
is that? Jesus Navas, 505 appearances
Crazy.
across
That's incredible.
18 seasons for Sevilla and still scoring goals.
What a legend.
Now, we've spoken about Jose Perez and his knack for scoring last-minute winners. He did so against Mallorca in Matchday 5. But before his stint in England, before he signed for Newcastle, which club did Jose Perez play for in La Liga Hypermotion, 2nd Division?
Okay. Araña. I want to go with one of the island clubs. It has to be because he's from Canarias. But I'm not sure if it's Las Palmas or Tenerife. And it's one of those. So
Okay.
if I get it wrong, Luke, you have the
Going
answer.
for another default point.
Okay, now just
Okay.
think about it now. Just
Maybe Tenerife aren't in Hypermotion anymore. I'm going to go with Las Palmas. It's wrong.
it's wrong.
So I'm going to sneak in here and go Tenerife.
That's
He's
not the
from
first
there,
time
right?
that's happened.
Just completely.
I mean, I don't think you
It's an
deserve that
undeserved
point.
win. It's
No, I mean, it's fine. He has to win
I
at
feel
some
like I
point.
need to do one. I feel like I need to do one more question because that can't be.
It's tactic.
Would you have even said a Canarian
A win.
club?
A win's a win.
Okay, well, Luke wins by default. We might have to change the rules a bit so that each person says an answer, so they can't just take an answer. But that's my fault because I'm the quiz master. But yeah,
Don't listen to that.
Luke gets a W. Congratulations.
Congrats.
So it's time for the predictions round, as it is every week, and we've got 3 big games that we're going to be giving you our predictions on. But firstly, Ollie, tell the viewers how they did this week.
Yeah, so guys, loads of comments on last week's episode, which was great to see. So that means we're going to randomly pick a comment to see how they got on. So random generator. And this week the comment is from Darius5116, who said, Girona won Barca 2, so that's 1 point. Atleti 3-1 against Valencia, 1 point. And Real Madrid 1-0 against Sociedad. So no perfect scores, but 3 correct results, which leaves 3 points for the fans, 2 points for us, which means the scores are 12-9 to the fans. So congratulations, fans. You're beating us. But let's get into this week's predictions. So now that we've updated the scoreboards, let's focus on Matchday 6 and the games will be coming up this week. Carla, which game are you focusing on?
So I'm going to focus on a Madrid derby, not the one you guys may be thinking. It's actually Getafe Leganés. And when I spoke to Halle, I actually got to speak to him a little bit about this game. So first we'll let you guys watch that and then we'll talk about our predictions. What do you know about the upcoming derby against Getafe?
I know that it will be quite tense, and yeah, it's always nice to play those games, derbies, and it's yeah, it will be a hot atmosphere, and like every derbies, they act like they don't like each other, but at the end it's only football. So I will just hope that I will give, I can give my contribution to this game.
Amazing. Will you score the winner in the derby?
Of course, of course.
Well, after watching that clip and seeing his pretty good performance against Betis last weekend, I feel like Haller could have something to say in this game.
It's a man with confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, seeing him there, it's hard to back against him. I'm happy if you guys are to go with a winner for Sebastian Haller in this game.
An away win for Leganes at the Coliseum.
1-0, only goal,
Yeah.
Haller?
It'll be a low-scoring game, so that sounds about right.
1-0 to Leganes. So we might be expecting more goals for the next game we're going to predict on here. Villarreal, Barcelona at La Salamica. Guys, what do you think? What would you expect to see here? Do you think we will continue to see these goals in all seriousness?
Yeah, I think so, right? I think I'm going to go with a Barcelona win, but I do think we'll see goals, at least 2 from each team. What do you think, Oliver?
Yeah, well, last season, this game in La Ceramica was crazy. There was loads of goals, and Barca are looking pretty unstoppable at the moment, although Marcelino has his side playing very well. It's hard to bet against Barca. I'm going to say 3-2 to Barca.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was
What do we
thinking.
think? More late goals in the Villarreal style we've seen it this season?
I'm not sure. I think Barca will go out ahead and Villarreal might bring it back, but I just think Barca are too strong at the moment.
Yeah, maybe a Lewandowski last-minute goal. That could happen. But yeah, Barcelona to win 3-2, I think.
I'll be focusing on Athletic Club versus Celta Vigo this weekend. Celta Vigo have started the season very strongly, and Athletic Club have been up and down, so this is one that's difficult to predict. Although it is in San Mamés. What are you thinking, Carla?
I think Athletic Club are very strong at San Mamés, and Celta do lack a little bit of defensive kind of concentration at times, so I would go with an Athletic Club win, but I don't think it will be as high scoring as we could imagine.
We saw Iñaki and Nico linking up in the last match day, so they're going to be key. I can imagine maybe a 2-1,
Something like that.
because I think Borja Iglesias is in good form. As we know, Celta have been scoring a lot of goals, so both teams to score, but you think 2-1 is...
I'm gonna let you guys have this one because I feel like Celta might do it. But yes, it's good. It's good to see what you guys are thinking there with the Williams brothers as well. It's hard to back against them.
Okay, so we're gonna overrule.
Overruling it,
Yeah.
yeah, completely.
Well then, 2-1 to Athletic Club.
So guys, that's the end of episode 4. We hope you enjoyed it.
Guys, while you're on the La Liga YouTube channel, head on over and check out the Asturian Derby vlog that Luke and I did. It's called I Went to the Best Derby in Spain. Lots of time and effort gone into it, so we'd appreciate it if you check it out.
Brilliant fun.
Guys, it is a really, really good vlog. And as they said, like, subscribe, comment on this video for more content from me, Khaled, Lamine Yamal himself. So, until next time.
See you guys.